We're a team that gets better as the series goes on.
James, the jab step, the jumper. Got it.
They're a tough bunch. It's just not getting started.
Inside, Chris Bosh.
It wasn't about X's and O's. It just was about how bad do we want to win this game.
Game 3 between the Pacers and Heat. Miami took home court away from Indy in Game 2, and they were looking to take their first lead in the series in Game 3. Now 3 days off to recover for Paul George, and he was cleared to play after suffering a concussion in Game 2, and also allowed some rest. And the Pacers big men, they played well in the first half, Bruce.
Yes, they did. And they established a tempo early. You know, David West is one of the best right now in the game, recognizing exactly what to do when he gets into the paint.
And what I loved about them is they got Hibbert easy touches. He had 14 points in the first half. Unfortunately, he didn't double up at all in the second half. It was a 17-4 lead. Pacers out of the gates, Cass.
And Luis Scola, he was giving Chris Bosh fits.
And we already know that Miami is weak interior. And so they exposed that early in the game, which is what they need to do.
Right. You saw Scola 3 quick buckets, own Bosh a couple times in the post.
And maybe the Heat had too much rest because they were really sluggish to start.
Well, that has nothing to do with rest. That's more about the focus. Hey, this is the Eastern Conference Finals. You're at home. You don't want to come out turning the ball over like this. Who's he trying to get that to?
I don't know. Chalmers came out. He had three turnovers right away. Doesn't get back on defense on that play that we saw earlier. LeBron sloppy with the basketball. They had 5 turnovers really early to start this game, and they weren't forced at all.
No.
But the Heat, they did pick up their play in the second quarter. Rashard Lewis was huge off the bench, pressuring David West there. West not happy about it. Later, James strips Evan Turner, who again non-factor for the Pacers, and well, LeBron goes coast to coast.
Well, that's what it all starts with the Miami Heat as far as their defense. It leads to these types of opportunities. You can't do that if they're scoring each and every time.
Turner played 3.5 minutes tonight. That might be more than he'll play the rest of the series.
Here, West doing work down low, and James gets the ball, gets it ahead to Wade for the jumper off the glass.
There's 4 guys back. 4 guys back against Dwayne Wade.
4 right there.
There's 4 right there. This isn't Flash. This is Dwayne Wade.
Yeah, knees and all. But Wade had another huge game. He's been showering in the fountain of youth lately. Here, Udonis Haslem gets the rebound and gets ahead to Mario Chalmers. Haslem pumped up. Heat down 1. Now, next Pacers possession, West gets it to Lance Stevenson, who misses the lay-in. Wade grabs the rebound, gets it ahead to LeBron.
And this is where coaches are saying, son, just lay the ball in.
He had it.
Exactly. Don't try to draw a foul. Just lay the ball in.
And Hibbert, he just started to look like he was worn down, just didn't have enough energy. That hook shot, just no strength to it. And Norris Cole with a nice reverse there. Here, James pull up 3. He scored 12 in the third quarter.
Yeah, it was the energy of what Miami was doing on the defensive end, which leads to their offensive onslaught.
And this is something else, that Bruce had pointed out. Stevenson backing up as Wade only has 5 seconds left. Walks him right into a 3.
Now, between the third and fourth, James, he would be tended to in the tunnel for cramps, but Heat fans, don't worry. He would come back in the game. And really, it would be 3 guys who stepped up down the stretch. Wade, James, and Ray Allen coming alive in the fourth.
This is what I like even more about it is he's moving without the basketball. He has a center/power forward guarding him. He can't keep up with him going off the screens, and Ray went back to the old fountain of youth of coming off screens.
David West just couldn't handle it.
No, they had gone really small here. This is my favorite play of the night. Small, help, defense, rotation's perfect, leads to the steal. Transition isn't always about dunks and layups. It's about cross matches and people being lost defensively, and Ray abused him in the fourth quarter.
Well, he's only the all-time leading three-point shooter, and they're still leaving him. I think right now he's by himself.
You know what Ray Allen does? Shoots 3s, scoring all 16 of his points in the second half, 4 from 3 in the final frame, matching a postseason career high. James happy about it, real pumped up as the Heat, they go on to win 99-87 to take a 2-1 series lead. Heat come back from being down 15 to tie their second largest postseason comeback win in franchise history, and the Pacers back-to-back losses for the first time in these playoffs. LeBron, Wade, and Allen combined to outscore the Pacers in the second half, 47-45. They outscore the Pacers, those 3 alone. The Heat, they scored 61 points on 41 possessions in the second half after recording just 38 points in the first half, their fewest in a first half all season. Here's LeBron on the win with our Doris Burke.
We just want to get better as the series go on. We want to move their defense from side to side, Doris, and when we do that, we give ourselves an opportunity to kind of get into the lane. And then, you know, when our shooters get going, it definitely adds more space. And as you saw in the fourth quarter, Ray Allen, even D Wade shot a couple threes tonight. You know, it was great.
I was telling somebody earlier, I said, shooting 3 free throws, I hadn't shot the ball really all game, and those 3 free throws were just what I needed.
You know, we turn the ball over. They got great guys that's going to make plays in the open court and really open up games. And, you know, for them, Ray got hot, and they kept finding him in transition. That's, you know, really how he got his 4 threes and really broke this game open.
Well, yeah, I want to, you know, tell people that Dwayne is a fresh, young 32 years old. He's not old. I don't know why people keep acting like he's 47 out there playing. You think it's McAdoo out there playing or something.
Watch letting people know.
Hey, you better be careful talking about Bob McAdoo. He'll put some knee-high socks on and some old Chuck Taylors.
Look, he has a point. Wade has continued to get better as the postseason goes on. He's raised his scoring average and field goal percentage in each round this postseason and has now scored at least 20 points in 4 straight playoff games for the first time since the 2012 finals. D. Wade is averaging 24.3 points per game against the Pacers. Look, I mean... I
don't think he has a point, to be honest with you. I mean, well, look, don't sit out a third of the season then.
No, I guess.
People are going to call you old.
Well, I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying. I guess my point is that, like, you know, he's playing well. He's playing the prime. This is the reason they rested him, and it's paying off, Bruce. Why is he effective right now?
This is a page out of Greg Popovich's book. With Manu Ginobili, Tim Duncan, Tony Parker, before the season, he's looking at the age and saying, you know what? I don't want Tim playing over 25 minutes a game this season. And what they did with Dwayne Wade, as far as giving him that time off, it allows him to recuperate and develop this freshness that we haven't seen in quite some time. Now, remember, he had surgery 2 years ago. And he's coming off of that. It's usually the year after the surgery that you start seeing that bounce in the player again.
This is all I'm saying, though, is that Wade gets really sensitive about it, and maybe it's just semantics because the age, the number isn't that old, but we've been talking about his health. We've been talking about how he looks one game. You go back to last year's playoffs, like, hey, it's the good Dwayne Wade, and then when he doesn't play well, oh, he's fighting all these injuries. So, I mean, this has been going on for such a long time. I don't know why they're so sensitive about it anymore.
Well, no, it's because, you know, as an athlete, you do. Because that means you're getting older, and that means they're ready to put you out to pasture. So he wants to just say, hey, don't put me out there yet. I'm not ready for that area. Let me keep playing.
But he's showing up now and proving that the rest during the regular season was worth it.
Oh, he's huge for him again. I mean, the shooting numbers have been ridiculous now since game 2.
And he's been huge for 4 games now. But as a whole, Ryan, how did the Heat control this game late?
Really, I think it came down to this small lineup that was so impressive. And think about this. It was James, it was Wade, it was Ray Allen, Norris Cole, and Chris Bosh. Now, you'd be thinking, hey, that group, that makes sense. They've played only 40 seconds together collectively during these playoffs. So games 1 and 2, they only played 40 seconds combined. They closed the game tonight with this group. And the funny thing, as Van Gundy mentioned, Bruce, is that the Pacers are a team that don't like to size down. They don't want to go smaller to match your size. Well, it was a nightmare for Hibbert trying to chase out on shooters, David West chasing Ray on screens. This is the thing that ended game 3.
Yeah, and this is something that Miami did as far as we're going to play our small team. We're going to make you adjust us. And if you don't adjust to us, then we're going to make sure you pay for not adjusting to us. And that's what took place.
And the Heat showing they can close out games, and the Pacers just seem to be running out of energy down the stretch. 2 straight games where the Heat just run away with the win, and they improved to 6-0 at home in these playoffs. Our first number is 4, as that's how many 3-pointers Ray Allen drained in the fourth quarter to match his postseason career high for 3s in the fourth. He hadn't done it since 2009 before tonight. Next, number 3. A LeBron James team made its 3rd comeback from 15 points down to win a playoff game. LeBron's Heat also made big comebacks against the Celtics and Thunder during the 2012 playoffs. Our final number is 9, the number of consecutive home playoff games the Heat have won. Miami hasn't lost at home since Game 1 of the 2013 finals. Here's Roy Hibbert on changes they need to make for Game 4.
Every game's a must-win, so we're going to leave here after Game 4, hopefully with a win. So We just got to focus on playing stronger and smarter.
I don't think we were sharp enough, particularly in this building, to get a win tonight.
When we get trapped, we just got to find the open man. We got to have cutters. They started trapping us, we turned the ball over. We just got to stay sharp and not let that happen.
Guys, Indy just seemed to run out of gas at the beginning of the fourth quarter, while the Heat, well, that's when they just slammed on the acceleration. Bruce, what needs to change for the Pacers to try to even up this series on Monday?
Well, it's obviously the defense, and they lost a lot of their energy because I think they played two of their bigs way too long in the third quarter. You had Roy Hibbert, who didn't come out, as well as David West in that fourth quarter, but it's about their defense, getting their defense back intact, and it affects the game, whereas they're missing a lot of shots that we've seen them make before.
Ryan, what did you notice? What do they need to change?
Well, I thought they were great early near the basket. I thought David West was really active. He came out super aggressive. Roy Hibbert ends up with 14 points in that first half. And when you start to look at Scola, he came off the bench, hit 3 quick buckets. I mean, this is horrible post defense by Chris Bosh, just giving him in to the inside, 0 help as well. But they got really comfortable down there, and this is what led to their big lead on top of some Miami turnovers.
Yeah, you know, and as you say, this is the difference in whereas David West is going to bang Chris Bosh, and now you get more finesse in a different player. When you have those different variety of players down there, it really confuses Chris Bosh exactly how to play each individual.
Right, and then you saw Rashard Lewis matched up against West a lot defensively, and it seemed like they never really wanted to go to that in West of the post. Like, wouldn't you think you'd rather go against Lewis than even Bosh if you're the Pacers?
It's all about establishing the inside presence, and what Indiana did, they went away from that, and they start shooting jump shots, and that's the detriment of that team right now.
They were 12 of 36 from jump shots. That's not going to get it done. And the Pacers, they snapped their 5-game road winning streak in these playoffs. Game 4 is Monday in Miami. That's at 8:30 Eastern, and you can see it on ESPN.